First of all, I want to tell you that I didn't plan this video at all. I didn't make any sort of notes. I didn't make any sort of headings or whatever. I just prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that may those words come out of my mouth, that someone out there, a soul that needs to hear it. So I'm 100% sure that if you found this video, then it means that your soul needed to hear this message. All of our life we chase people, things, money, status, fame, material goods, only to realize that in the end we have reached a dead end. We have reached a dead end. The people that we were trying so hard to please, they don't even remember us after we die. The money that we were so hard to attain, we'll have to leave all of it, and we will have to leave all of it before we enter our grave. The status, the compliments, the validation that we were chasing, it is nothing. Like when we are on our deathbed, those validations are nothing because those validation cannot bring us back to our health. Those validation cannot bring us, like give us the joy or the happiness that we were seeking, because we try to fill the gap of our soul with the external things only to realize that none of it is enough and none of it can ever be enough, because these were not the things that your soul was craving. If you give a horse grass, it will eat it. But if you give a horse a meat to eat, he won't eat it. And imagine for a second that he eat it. But his hunger won't be satisfied. Why? Because his immune system is not wired in a way where he is eating meat. But a lion would eat meat and not eat grass. So if you force a lion to eat grass, and even if he eat it, let's imagine for a second, then it would be so harmful for his health, because his immune system, the way Allah created him, he is an animal who eats meat, and horse is an animal who eats grass, and that's just the way it is. If you are thirsty, doesn't matter if you drink a soda, doesn't matter if you drink juice, doesn't matter if you drink whatever, but your thirst would only be satisfied with water, because nothing else can satisfy your thirst except water. So if you are drinking unclean water, if you are drinking salty water because that's what all you have got, then that water won't benefit you. It would go against yourself. It would harm you. Okay? So similarly, if you are providing your soul the meals that it doesn't need, the things that it doesn't need, you are trying to fill your soul with material things, with money, with fame, with power, whatever, and you are telling your soul to eat this even if it's not your soul's food. You are forcing your soul to eat it. So even if your soul try like to be satisfied with those things, it won't, because Allah does not make these things your soul's food. So it doesn't matter how much you fill yourself with external things, with money, with your status, with your group of friends, whatever, your soul won't be satisfied, and there would be a feeling of emptiness that will crawl back to your life every time. I'm not saying that you won't be satisfied in the moment, like in the moment your ego would be satisfied, but in the long run your soul won't be satisfied at all. What lesson do we got from all of these example is, don't try to fill your soul with things that it doesn't require. Instead, fill your soul with things that it requires. It's actual food, and its actual food is not the music you listen to, the TikTok you scroll through, the Instagram you scroll through, the distractions, but its food is Quran. Why? Like your soul would only be satisfied when it is connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we think that the key to happiness is when you have a pretty home, a car, a, a loving family, whatever. But these things are the external thing. But happiness is something that comes from inside of yourself. So your soul, if your soul is connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your soul would be at peace. It doesn't matter if there's a war going on, it doesn't matter if you don't have money, if you are poor, but If your soul is connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it would be so at peace because that's what your soul desires. That's what your soul desires. And our way to connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is through His Quran because His Quran is kalam. It's kalamullah. You can talk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on your prayer mat or you can talk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through Quran. Why your soul feels so satisfied when you listen to Quran, tell me? Because your soul gets its original food and not something external. And believe me, if you connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all of these things will come into your life because my lesson here is not to tell you that money, power, status, home, car, whatever is something that is a very false thing and something that you should not have. Or I am not teaching you to live a life of poverty or whatever. No, that's not my lesson. But my lesson here is focus on Allah. Focus on connecting with Allah, and all these things will come into your life on your own because Allah will draw these things towards you instead of you chasing them. You understand? When you go from this place to this place and when you connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are not chasing any wealth, any money, any status, any external thing, but you are chasing Allah. So Allah will send these things in your life and you won't have to move a finger because those things will come to you with ease. And then you would be surprised because those things would be multiply because that's what Allah is going to give you. Just the way you take care of your body, just the way you take care of giving your body regular meals, similarly, take care of your soul. Take care of your soul, giving these meals to your soul, and by deepening your connection towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And your soul would be at peace, and you will see that the way you perceive reality would shift so much. Because in that way, you won't be chasing anything, but these things will be chasing you. It's easier said than done, and it's not a one-day journey, but I invite you towards this journey. If there's anything that you are chasing right now, any goal, any status, any success, stop chasing it. And I'm not saying just be on your bed or whatever. No, I'm saying that start chasing Allah, like start learning how you can connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more. And you know, our Islam is so beautiful that if you even go to a job, it's ibadah. So you don't do it for the sake of chasing it, but for the sake of pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So those things will come into your life with ease and Allah will be pleased with you. Your soul will be pleased with you. Allah will be pleased with you. And even your family will be pleased with you. And even other people will start to like you because when you are detached, when you are not chasing people, their approval, then all of a sudden you seem very attractive in front of people because you are not trying to please them. You are not trying to be anyone you are not, but you are being your genuine self, your authentic self, and that is very attractive in a person. So take care of your soul, honey. Take care of your soul. Make sure to provide your soul its regular meals and your life would be peaceful. I hope this message resonated with you and I wanted to share this message with someone who needs to hear this so they can have clarity, inshallah. And thank you for being here with me. Inshallah, I will see you in my next video. So I hope you implement this advice in your life, and I love you for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So please keep shining. I love you.